here at home. As my colleague from West Virginia, Senator Capito, pointed out yesterday, many states in middle America still rely on coal to keep the lights on. Kentucky, West Virginia, Wyoming, Missouri, Utah, North Dakota, Indiana, and Nebraska all use coal to generate over 50% of their electricity. President Biden's handling of the economy is turning in dismal marks from working Americans. But the climate activists in this administration continue to wage war on the most affordable forms of American energy they rely on. Unfortunately, middle America is used to putting
bonus of $2,400. And according to CBS News, this would yield a 12% increase from the average monthly check of approximately $1,700. Anyone who is a current Social Security recipient or will be eligible in 2023 will receive the bonus check. The bill would also boost benefits for the lowest income earners in the U.S. under the Special Minimum Benefit Program. Current recipients receive approximately $900 per month. According to the SSI, the proposed legislation would adjust the rate to 125% of the federal poverty level, increasing the monthly check to an estimated $1,400 per month. Another component of the legislation is to expand the HC's fund by increasing payroll tax for some earners. Under current law, earnings above $147,000 are not subject to Social Security tax. New policy would apply the payroll tax to people who earn more than $200,000. Now, Peter DeFazio assured that the top percent of earners who would see an increase in their taxes if the bill were approved, meaning 90% of taxpayers would not see a change in their taxes. The congressman noted that expanding payroll tax would bolster the SSA trust fund, securing it through 2096. $800 payment, so everybody, it's pretty good to see that President Biden, Republicans and Democrats and governors are doing what it takes to send out stimulus payments and help out the American people and send out stimulus checks before it's too late, because President Biden definitely has the authority to do so. We're just waiting on President Biden to take some action. But now, a total of 3 rounds of stimulus checks were deposited into people's bank accounts over the past several years in order to help people and shield people from the devastating effects of the crisis. But the crisis has not stopped affecting millions of people's lives. For instance, Americans will spend thousands of dollars in extra money this year, in part due to the after effects of the crisis. And many are hoping from the federal government that they will take action to help defray the big expenses with another stimulus payment. Since the crisis has led to surging inflation, which has impacted many families and senior citizens. Factors that are causing inflation to be at a 40-year high. Crisis-related supply chain disruptions and increased demand for goods and services, and following an extended lockdown are two of the leading reasons why prices have gone up so much this year. The U.S. Congress actually said that in a report they showed that how much prices have risen for the typical household, and the numbers are not good. It's bad, everybody. According to the data, even if prices stop going up for the rest of the year, the inflation that has already been happening means that the average American household has already paid around $10,000 more in the past 12 months for these overpriced goods. That's a huge sum of money, and it's the money that most people cannot even afford, especially if their jobs are disrupted or stagnant. And with Americans out of so much cash, many people believe the federal government should step up to provide checks that would cover these costs and losses. According to some economists, if lawmakers wanted to even out the cost for Americans, they would need to send out $8,000 relief checks. Other economists say that even higher payments might need to be sent. If prices continue going up instead of remaining stagnant through the remainder of 2022, something has to be done. People can relief packages have also been provided for thousands of families, and the good news is that many states are recognizing that inflation has been detrimental, and they're sending out money to help residents cope with this. So while the payments being sent are small, we know the benefits increase largely based on inflation. The Social Security Administration does indeed enact a cost of living adjustment each year to try and help beneficiaries keep up with rising prices. In fact, after battling runaway inflation over the past year, beneficiaries will see the largest COLA in 4 decades in 2023. But a few other important changes are coming to Social Security next year. Scorching inflation hit the U.S. economy hard in the past year, driving up the cost of food, utilities, and medical care, among other necessary goods and services. Fortunately, Social Security benefits will get an 8.7% COLA in 2023 to impact the rising prices that everyone's facing, and there will be the largest COLA in 1982. So, in December, beneficiaries will receive a COLA notice by mail, providing the exact details of the new benefit amount. The SSI estimates that the average benefit paid to retired workers will rise by about $150 to $1,827 per month in 2023. That means the average retiree will see an extra $1,752 over the course of the year. The Social Security Administration identifies any individual on retirement benefits as a retiree. It's possible to keep working while receiving Social Security checks, and that said, in addition to the permanent penalty for claiming Social Security early, workers claiming benefits prior to full retirement age, which is also known as FRA, may receive a temporary benefit reduction based on their income. The earnings limits typically increase each year based on changes in general wage levels. In 2023, the lower limit is $21,000 and the higher limit is $56,000. For beneficiaries under FRA for the entire year, $1 in benefits will be withheld for every $2 in earnings.
But, Mr. President, since we passed the IRA, inflation has gone not up but down. We are lowering costs day by day for the American people with the passage of this legislation. Inflation is now half of what it was a few years ago. Across the board, costs are coming down for the American family. For the first time ever, we've made it possible for Medicare to negotiate the price of prescription drugs, helping Americans save at the pharmacy. Because of the IRA, vaccines are free for Medicare beneficiaries, and a cap on out-of-pocket drug spending. No senior will have to pay more than $2,000 a year for drugs. It's coming very soon. What a relief for people, lowering costs on one of the things that bothered them most, the high cost of prescription drugs. That's what we Democrats are doing, while over there in the House, the Republicans are just racing to the bottom. We also capped the price of insulin for seniors on Medicare to $35 a month, spurring major companies like Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk to follow suit. And millions of people who buy their health insurance on the ACA exchanges are now saving hundreds of dollars each month. Indeed, we are lowering costs.
They want you to claim this relief now, and millions of people residing in several states are missing out on another payment from the federal government. If you are a part-time worker or a senior citizen, you'll likely qualify for one of these checks. Nearly 1.5 million Americans that could be owed a share of the unclaimed tax refunds are going to get the stimulus cash, because according to the IRS, the outstanding funds are worth almost $1.5 billion, with an average payout of $900. Typically, there is a 3-year deadline to claim refunds before the cash becomes property of the U.S. Treasury. But because of the crisis, there has been an extension for the tax returns. It means taxpayers have until July 17 to claim the money back. And according to the IRS, Texas residents are owed the most, with an estimated 135,000 residents in the state sitting on an average of $924. It's totaling over $141 million. The state-by-state breakdown calculated by the agency shows that California residents have the second
$1,000 a year. It's 1/3 of the salary of a family making $45,000. I don't know how people can afford child care. And meanwhile, child care workers earn horrifically low wages and poor benefits. At a time when we have the highest rate of childhood poverty of any major country on earth, does this bill address the dysfunctionality of our child care system? No, not a word. And again, this is a reconciliation bill where we only need 50 votes to make these.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Here's your 4th stimulus check update and daily news report. In this video, I'll be bringing you up to date on the latest stimulus news and information, including what may happen if Biden's massive infrastructure bill is not passed soon. Everybody, I just hope our politicians in Congress pass a 4th stimulus bill. Our politicians have got to help out the good American people in this country. And if you folks agree with my message, then let's get this video to 1,000 likes.
Well, we had a good hour-and-a-half meeting with the president, the vice president, and 2 Democratic leaders. Almost all of the discussion was about infrastructure, and I think I'm safe in saying there is certainly